Divine rising, wild hearts, it is I, Kadara, here for another lovely day of tea, mindset manifestation, and just vibing spiritually. And today, I feel like the message is very powerful because I want to remind you all of something I get to constantly remind myself of. And one, it's okay to be afraid of your spiritual gifts, of your spiritual power. It's okay to be afraid of your vision. It's okay to be afraid of your purpose. And I say this because I feel that it's too often that many people, including myself, don't fully share, or we're playing small because we're afraid of the outcome. Whether your spiritual gift be something that prevents you from being able to heal others because maybe at some point in your life you hurt yourself or someone else, or you may be afraid of success. You may be afraid of being blessed because in the past you lost it all, or you watched your parents gain it and lose it all. So there's this fear of greatness and there's this fear of failure that exists within the same space, which is us. So again, I'm going to remind you that it's normal. It's okay to feel these things. Now, the thing is, how do you actually get over something like that? How do you move and navigate after realizing, okay, hey, I'm actually afraid of my own gifts. I'm afraid to be psychic. I'm afraid to be telepathic. I'm afraid to do all these things that I see other people doing. Again, because there may be someone or something in your life that has caused you to feel like not being able to control it makes you a danger. I experienced that. I didn't share my gifts for a long time because when I would share my gifts with people, one of my gifts being tea, enjoy yours. When I would share my gifts with people, there were people that were afraid of me. There were people that felt like I was a freak, that I was crazy. I couldn't share with my parents because my parents were very, very spiritual. And when I say spiritual, I mean more so in the sense of being religious. So I felt like I couldn't share my gifts and I had to hide everything. And then I would see how people would react when people would just share talents like juggling at school. They would get teased and made fun of. So I thought to myself at this young age of 11, there's no way I can tell them that I can feel and communicate with spirits, that I can move energy, that I can see beyond time and space, that I can astral travel. If they're already making fun of these people, they're definitely not going to believe me. And then I witnessed someone share that they could communicate with spirits, and I saw how they got teased. And again, I played small. And if that resonates with you, I invite you to just understand that we are no longer those children anymore. And we still have that child inside of us. There's still a child within me that sometimes is afraid to speak about all the things that I have done. I was raised by the Yamabushi mystics since I was 12 years old in Japan, and I've been training with mystics my entire life. I am committed to the mystical arts, the great work. For me, Porta Arcana, the portal to this divine knowledge. And still, as an adult, I have moments where I would love to share something on social media and the inner child goes, what are people going to think? Yes, there's a part of me and the part of us, it's like, yeah, we're so powerful. We don't care what anyone else says. And every once in a while, I'm just like, what am I going to share this? And I pause myself and I get to process it. I get to integrate what I'm feeling and then I get to embody it and then I share because I understand that if I don't share that message written on my soul, that thing that I asked God, source, universe for, it's of disservice in three ways. And this isn't for me to shame or guilt myself or anyone. It's just an understanding that I have that when I don't share my gifts, when I don't share my soul serum, when I don't share the message written on my soul, it's a disservice to myself because I've had experiences in life. I have worked through things. You have worked through some shit. You've been through some stuff. You've learned so many things from all these experiences, regardless of how traumatic they were. They could be up here traumatic, down here traumatic, in the middle traumatic. You've learned something. And the reality is that there are people in the world right now going through what you went through 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and they're still holding on to it. And you may have just an ounce, like a tiny ounce, maybe 2 steps up the ladder or up the stairs of how to get out of that thing. And sometimes we feel like that's not important enough. I'm telling you now, it is important enough to be 2 steps out of what you used to be in, because there are still people that believe they will never make it out of that space. I believed I would never be able to heal from childhood sexual assault or combat PTSD. And when I made it out 2 steps of just being aware, first step, just being aware of it. Second step, learning how to reparent the inner child and forgive myself, which allowed me to forgive them. First step, being aware that I have PTSD, and then allowing myself to try to live a normal life and not let it get the best of me all the time. If that was the second step, there are still people whose inner children or their own children are afraid of everything. They're afraid to connect with someone through love because they don't want the same thing to happen again. They're afraid to walk outside because they're always fearing something deathly will happen. So again, it's a disservice to ourselves not to share, and it's a disservice to those people. There are thousands of people right now scrolling social media with the subconscious and the unconscious version of themselves praying that someone will be like, I wish someone would just say that it's going to be okay. Someone that looks like me, someone that acts like me, someone that loves the things that I love. And they're scrolling through and they're seeing Jay Shetty and they're seeing Gabby Bernstein and they're seeing Mel and they're seeing all these people, but it doesn't resonate with them because they don't feel like they can connect to them. Yet you, the normal weird person, they would connect to in a heartbeat because they would be like, wow, this person loves crystals like I do. They even talk about amethyst the way I do. Wow, this person loves manga. Yeah, wow, this person loves being in nature. Wow, this person also has an Etsy shop. Those little things that you think don't matter, those hobbies you have, matter to someone else because they may also feel like it's just a little thing. And that is where you actually connect. And this is why I'm saying to share those gifts, the things that you love. If you love reading, if you read Women that Run with Wolves, there's other women out there that love that book that aren't going to resonate with Jay Shetty. They're just not going to. Because Jay Shetty's not talking about that book. And the moment you talk about it, they're like, wait a second, we read the same book? Okay. You're talking about manifestation? Oh, you were abused as a child. Ah, you used to be an alcoholic. Oh, that's me. And from there, they learn from you. And what you get to do is you get to collapse time for these people, even if it's just in the content that you post. Yes, we all desire for people to sign up and work for us if we're teachers and coaches and healers and things. Just imagine that if you posted 10 videos of the things you've gone through in the last 20 years, and you were able to collapse the next 10 years of someone else's life to them watching you for like 6 months, to where now they no longer feel all of that. And they may never comment, they may never tell you about it, and it's still happening. There are people in the world, their lives are being changed every single time you post something, and you're never going to know it. They will never tell you because maybe they feel so much shame and guilt. And there will be some people that tell you, but I'm telling you now, there are so many people that didn't tell me until years later. Hey, you saved my life back then. I wanted to take my own life 4 years ago, but I watched this video of yours and I kept watching your videos and following you on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And I just want you to know, as I'm reflecting back, thank you so much. It's happening now. There are things going on in the background that you don't know, and they're leaving an impact. So again, it's a disservice to ourselves, a disservice to each other, and it is a disservice to God, source, universe, or whomever you may believe in. Because at some point in our lives, we called this in. I'm not saying like a soul contract. It doesn't have to be a soul contract. It doesn't have to be any of those things. There is a point in this lifetime where your soul and spirit were like, we desire to be a ... If you desire to be an astronaut, you're going to have astronomical cosmic dreams and visions and experiences. If you desire to be a coach or a healer, there are experiences that you have had that have guided you so that you could do it because your spirit and God, source, universe, creator knew that you would make it through it. They knew you would make it through it. They're not saying you got to be perfect now before you talk about it. They're saying, I knew you would make it through it and be able to guide the next person, because your one video can impact 3 people. And those 3 people in 3 years could impact another 3 people, which is 9 people based on one video. And maybe 9 people isn't a million or 1,000 like you expect, but could you imagine that in your lifetime, say you're 30 years old right now, imagine being 30, knowing you changed the life of 9 people that would have taken their lives. There could be 9 people right now enjoying breakfast or dinner or the forest, or 9 people enjoying time with their children because you made a video expressing, you know what, sometimes my children drive me crazy and they interrupt me when I'm on the live. And it's okay, because children are going to be children and I love them and they're just being their inner child. And I get to connect with my own inner child and they go, oh my goodness, I've been yelling at my children and I haven't even realizing that my inner child could connect with them. You shift their whole aspect of motherhood, fatherhood, and parenthood because of your one video. You all have the capability of this. Just get to believe in it. This is a part of manifestation. This is a part of mindset. This is a part of spirituality, is connecting and learning in those moments and realizing that you are a student teacher. You are capable of teaching so many people, even if you don't have it all figured out. If, like right now, I know there's people that would love to make a workbook on shadow work, on reparenting the inner child, on healing the witch wound, the mother wound, the father wound. There's some of you right now that you're like, I should totally make a workbook or write a book or create a program. And you're not doing it because you feel like you're not there yet. If you'd like to be there, just start writing the thing and then start learning and start sharing. To me, go live on social media. Start talking about it so that you can learn what other people are experiencing in those moments. And then you can be like, oh, that's something I get to add to my workbook or my program or in my coaching or whatever it may be. As you speak it into existence, you learn more of its existence within yourself and others. I'm going to repeat that. As you speak it into existence, you learn more about its existence into you, in you, as you do others. I pray you are picking up what I'm putting down right now. Share the tea. Share the tea. You asked for the tea, so I'm giving it to you. And with that being said, I invite you all to go out there and learn and create and be a part of it all. Be a part of the world. You don't have to fit into the crowds, just be among them. I walk among many different crowds and I just allow myself to learn the language, learn the energy, learn the vibrations that they resonate with, so that I can take my message on my soul serum, and transmute it into something they will understand. I don't have to change the body of it, the nature of it. I'm transmuting it using alchemy to turn it into something they like, because maybe they want it in the form of bread. Maybe they want it in the form of candy. Maybe they want it in the form of a smoothie. That's all I'm doing, is transmuting it into something that I know they'll like. I would love that smoothie, actually. I don't like bread, I don't like chocolate, but I love the smoothie. That's all we're doing. Just and this is the tool to teach that I love teaching other coaches, teaching other healers. A lot of times you all have these powerful fucking messages. You all have these powerful fucking messages written on your soul, and you're quitting because no one's engaging with it. Maybe they just don't understand it the way you're teaching it. Maybe there's another way for you to change the word chakra to energy center, to change kundalini to energy rising, to change the word God to source, to change the word Jesus to my friend. There's a way to change these terms, to transmute them in a way where people understand them, because the goal for coaches and entrepreneurs in that field is to just get them into the door. Once they're in the door, blast them with all the words. There's a lot of people, and I'm going to use this example because I see it all the time. There's a lot of people in the industry that I have witnessed go live or they create content and they're like, Divine Rising, my soul tribe, my name is Kadara, I am a Kundalini, Reiki, fire breathing, dragon, soul ascension, inner child, reparenting, ancestral regression, divine kundalini rising, archaic teaching, kabbalistic, mystical, soul alchemist. It's here to help you spread your etheric wings as you connect to the Shiva Shakti energy in your solar plexus that rises through your heart as you learn to sing at the vibration of your throat chakra. Because deep down inside, the Gnostic teachings of the adepts are here, and I am here to help you connect to that. I'm telling you right now, most people may not understand that. And I ask you and invite you to think, how would you have felt if someone talked to you like that at the beginning of your journey? My journey began when I was before 11, but really kicked off at 11. If someone had said those things to me when I was 11, I'd be like, you are fucking crazy. I'm not going to fucking talk to you. Like, get away from me. Now, if I hear it, I'm like, I get it. I understand it. And we want everyone to understand that. Now, if you want to teach the people that are already up there, go ahead and use this language. But if your soul is like, guide the people that are just beginning or in the middle of their journey, use a language they understand. Use a language you wish someone had used with you so that you could have had that catalyst to get you to where you are today. So again, be of service to yourself, be of service to each other, be of service to God, source, universe, creator, whomever you believe in. Just be of service. And as you are being of service and you learn all these divine lessons and you receive all these blessings, because what you put out comes back to you. It's a boomerang effect. I will throw a boomerang, which is this video right now. So this video that's going to become a podcast and I'm going to post everywhere. I'm throwing it out there into the universe. I'm like, I'm being of service. I'm sharing this. And then I just let it go. I don't go, when is God going to give me the thing? When am I going to get the client? When am I going to get the person? Because I know when I throw it, and then I just keep being of service, or I keep planting the seeds, they're going to sprout. Some of them are lettuces, so they'll sprout really quickly. Some of them are bamboo, so they'll take like 4 or 5 years to even breach the surface, 5 years. And one day I'll just be chilling and I'll be like, intuition, boomerang back. This is something new. And I didn't have to wait for it. I just knew it would come because I trust the process. Trust the process. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm sending you all so much love. Enjoy your tea. Enjoy the tea time. Deep breath in together. Holding it at the top. Reprogramming our nervous system for love, joy, and enjoying great tea. Ooh, the bliss. Audible exhale, exhale. And just sip a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. It is I again, Kadara, your mindset manifestation coach, here for spirituality and so much more, because we here with those vibes. Let's get it. Let's go. Oh.